game day, and it is an exciting time to be a Vaquero fan as it's the second ever home game for UTRGV football. And our Channel 5 sports team is joining us once again. Carlos Cortez live out at the UTRGV football stadium, and Javier Guerra is joining us somewhere over there by the Vaquero football toss. So he'll be doing that with fans coming up in just a little bit. Well, as we mentioned, an exciting time. UTRGV playing their second ever home game against the Langston Lions.
Hey KJ, I'm Gloria Morelia. Thank you so much for tuning in today to Vaquero Game Day here at the Vaquero Village. Super excited to be back. Week 3, another home game for the Vaqueros, who are off to a hot start, 2-0.
Exactly, and a shout out to the coaching staff. They did well in the recruiting process, and that is the reason why the team is 2-0. Little practice time, but they look like a veteran team right now.
The Vaqueros face another test this evening as they prepare for their conference play, which is just 2 weeks from today. So they're gearing up for that, and I think today's game should really get head coach Travis Bush a good look at the team.
Yes.
Well, let's take a look at the matchup, break it down a little bit. Langston started the season 0-2. They haven't been the best so far in their schedule, but Langston hoping, coming in hungry, trying to win today, but clearly outmatched against a Division I opponent. Langston, an NAIA school, so it could be a similar result to what we saw UTRGV do against Salt Ross State. I know that's something that fans should be expecting coming into this one.
Very similar. The first game that they had this year, it was against Grambling State. They lost 55-7, and then last week, just their second game, first conference game, they lost that one in the fourth quarter. They had the lead in the fourth quarter, but let that go. Just a couple of mistakes there, but they did lose 0-2 start for them.
But hold up, because I know, looking back at their track record from last year, they got their first win of the season in week 3. We are in week 3, so who knows? We'll see what's going to happen, but a person to watch out for is going to be their quarterback, Aiden Hooper. So far, he's been leading his team with rushing yards with 79 and passing yards with 309.
And Daniela, you see there only 15.5 points per game for Langston, allowing 43 points per game. So that's where we talk about UTRGV, a chance to pick up another big win.
I'm excited. I mean, they're coming off a huge win from Purdue A&M from last week, which is their first away game, and they did a great job. So imagine coming back to a home crowd at Robert and Janet Backer Stadium. I think they're pumped for tonight.
Absolutely. It should be a great one. Well, we had the chance to speak with Coach Bush. Daniela, you were able to talk with him. I know it's been great for a chance to talk to Coach Bush, and he's excited for this one.
He is. He's really excited. I think he was just pumped to be back at the stadium with the crowd energy, especially from the first home game. The guys are excited, so it's exciting.
All right, let's hear what Coach Bush had to say in our interview earlier this week.
I'm here with UTRGV head football coach Travis Bush ahead of week 3. Coach, we're back playing at home at the Robert and Janet Backer Stadium. Tell me, what can fans expect over these next 2 weeks?
The first thing, an excited team to be back. You know, week 1 was so phenomenal, and to go on the road, to come away with a win was huge for our program. But now to get back for 2 straight weeks, get around our fans, be around that noise and the environment and the excitement, our guys can't wait.
What is one thing you learned from last week's game about your team against Purdue A&M?
Just really the toughness and the grit that they showed there. It's hard to win games. It's hard to win games regardless in college football, and it's hard to win games, harder on the road. But to go in an environment we knew it was going to be hard as a head coach in a new program, we want it to be hard. You want to win those hard games. It's going to benefit you down the road. So just, really so pleasantly surprised and pleased, but excited and really proud of them. Proud of the grit, that toughness they showed. They didn't flinch no matter what when things started going the other way in the ball game. Never flinched, just stood by each other, and they knew they were going to find a way to win at the end.
What does a successful night look like to you on Saturday? Limited penalties, another shutout?
Yeah, again, we never about the score. We focus on ourselves this week. It's been, kind of attitude's been our theme of how we attack, the choices we make, decisions we make every day to how we're going to attack and try to get better. But bottom line is how much better can we be from week to, in week 3 from week 2. So really just focus on ourselves, execution, effort. Again, try to be clean across the board. We want to eliminate penalties, and again, smooth operation offensively. Defense has been playing great, so again, if we can continue to execute, fly around that football, then we think good things can happen on defense.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Coach. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Daniela, Coach Bush really honing in on the Vaqueros, focusing on themselves.
Yes, for sure, absolutely. Earlier this week at practices, the energy was up. Last week, though, there was no music during practice because Coach Bush really wanted the team to focus on owning up to their own energy. But this week, music was loud. The guys were pumped. They were ready.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at the ABC lineup for today. for our ABC games that are coming up right after Vaqueros game day. Alabama going up against Wisconsin. Alabama trying to avoid an upset there. Tennessee looking to pull off the upset against Georgia right after that. And then LSU hosting Florida. A great slate of games. We're going to pick those games later on during the show, so we'll see how our Channel 5 sports team is going to parse that out. Coming up here on Vaqueros game day, training like a Vaquero. We're going to get inside practice and hear how the coaches approach getting their players ready for a game.
And coming up in about 15 minutes, we are going to have the Vaquero football game toss. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got two students going head to head. You're not going to want to miss it. The prize coming up in a couple of minutes.
Vaqueros Game Day is powered by Bert Ogden Auto Group.
That's the way we're going to run it.
Excuse me, Coach. Think I can help you with that.
Who is this, Coach? This is Leah Wise, the crash gal. She's a personal injury attorney and a proven winner.
And the stats to back it up. I've won millions of dollars for injured clients all over Texas.
We're lucky to have her on our team. And you would be wise to listen to her. Huh?
All right, let's get down to business. Who's ready to win?
Injured in an accident? Call Crash Gal today.
At Cornerstone Regional Hospital, we're redefining recovery. With our Musculoskeletal Center of Excellence, you'll receive top-notch care from our dedicated department of orthopedic physicians. Thanks to cutting-edge technology and innovative treatment options, we're here to help get you back to doing what you love, pain-free and stronger than ever. Choose Cornerstone Regional Hospital, where patients come first.
Let's start a conversation. Plains Capital Bank and you. Tell us what we can do to help. Tell us where you want to go. We want to be a partner you trust, a face and a name that you know. Let's talk banking solutions. Let's talk bankers who care. Plains Capital Bank is strong and stable, so whatever you need, we'll be there. Plains Capital Bank. Call us up. Come on by. Let's start a conversation.
If you've been involved in a catastrophic accident, you need the best on your side. Ezequiel Reyna continues to be the Valley's #1 draft pick. Championship results with millions awarded to clients. A 45-year winning legacy. Backed by the toughest personal injury team in Texas. Commercial accidents, 18-wheeler accidents, wrongful death. Go pro. Call the #1 pick, Ezequiel Reyna. 1-800-ZEKE-RENA.
Welcome back into Vaqueros game day ahead of UTRGV's second home game against the Langston Lions. Week 3 rather. Week 2 they were on the road against Prairie View A&M. The Vaqueros have got off to a fast start this season, averaging 46 points per game. Their offense has looked dynamite, being led by Eddie Lee Marburger. He's been the catalyst of this, the redshirt senior coming in to this program and doing a lot for the team.
Absolutely, KJ. He's thrown for 667 yards in just 2 games with the Vaqueros. Now get this, that's just 100 yards less than his 4-year career at UTSA. He's also thrown with 6 touchdowns with no interceptions. Some pretty impressive skills from Marburger. I'm really excited to see what the rest of the season looks like for him.
And Gloria, Eddie Lee has done a nice job building chemistry with a lot of his receivers. Tony Diaz, chief among them.
The boogeyman, Tony Diaz. Okay, there you go. 151 yards and 2 touchdowns with 11 receptions for Tony Diaz. He did have that great touchdown against Prairie View A&M. He had 1 foot in, but he was wearing his orange shoes, guys. They had to review that play to make sure it was a touchdown. Coach Bush said if only he would have worn his white shoes, it wouldn't have been that difficult to see if it was a touchdown or not.
Absolutely. Well, 2 for 2 on touchdowns in each of the first 2 games, so we'll see if he can make it 3 in a row today. Alfredo, on the ground, UTRGV's Nathan Denny didn't play much in the first game, but shined in the second game.
Yes, sir, KJ. The Yale transfer was the hero last weekend against Prairie View A&M. Check it out. It was a 7-yard touchdown run with just over 2 minutes left that ended up being the game winner, and that is why, ladies and gentlemen, he was named Southland Conference Offensive Player of the Week.
Well, we talked about the receivers there. Tony Diaz, Xavier Nolan, another great one. But how do those receivers get ready for game day? Let's go inside practice to hear how receivers coach Gunnar Henderson gets them prepared.
Hey, come here, receivers. Just know, sluggo, same snap rules, converge versus cover 2 and press. So you're crossing face, and then boom, you're fitting up. That makes sense? I'm saving your legs, but give me 3 hard steps. Go! Good, I need more. Look, don't start breaking down, okay, till we get past the gunner, and then we'll break down. We still need to keep a good demeanor. Even when we split, we don't want to be right here. Split, get skinny. Here we go, next room. Go! Good, guys, good. This is quality work. Stick, run. Nice. Good catch, Braden. Vertical. Good. Get on my toes, good. Getting better. We're getting better. Keep the energy out, wide outs.
Well, that's how Coach Henderson gets it done. The receivers have been prepared, so he's done a nice job making sure they're ready for game day.
Absolutely. And coming up on Vaqueros game day, a couple of San Benito players making a name for themselves. We have a look of a new edition of Made in the 956 Vaqueros edition coming up next.
Discover Felice, a hidden gem where every bite is made with love. Indulge in our handmade pizza, pasta, and desserts, all crafted from scratch. Join us for great food and a welcoming atmosphere. Felice, where flavors come alive.
What's in a name? When that name is South Texas Health System, it stands for the largest network of healthcare in the Rio Grande Valley. And while our family of names has changed, one thing that never will is our commitment to quality, compassionate care. At South Texas Health System, your health is our purpose. It drives everything we do and inspires us to be among the nation's leaders in healthcare. South Texas Health System, an integrated network of care you can trust.
This is good? Huh? My name is Omar Ochoa from the Omar Ochoa Law Firm, and today we're answering questions from real clients and real people with real insurance problems. How can I afford to hire a lawyer to sue my insurance company? We only get paid if we get you more money for repairs. And our goal at the end of the process is that you get all the money you need for repairs with no money out of pocket. Call the Omar Ochoa Law Firm so that we can help you get the money you need for repairs.
Teddy's Barbecue, brisket, pork ribs, beef ribs, turkey, and house-made sausages served Thursday through Sunday. Join us for breakfast on the weekends. Teddy's Barbecue, Texas-inspired, RGV made.
Welcome back into Vaqueros game day. We're here with the Director of Athletics for UTRGV, Chase Conque. Chase, thank you so much for joining us.
You bet.
It's been a great start for your team, 2-0, averaging 46.5 points per game so far this season, only allowing 10.5. Have to be happy with the results so far.
Yeah, what a great start. So happy for Coach Bush, happy for our guys. Played extremely well in these first 2 games. Last week was a lot of fun. To go on the road is always difficult, and to get our first Division I win in a difficult environment. Had a rain delay, a lightning delay, and so really proud of our guys.
AD, of course, the team is super excited. Coaches are excited to be 2-0. But how are the students taking all of this in? I saw there's some videos of Stomp. Everybody was there in Brownsville this week. Everybody's hyped. How are they all doing?
I think this is starting my 7th academic year here at the university, and the enthusiasm, the excitement from our students, it's certainly at an all-time high. Just walking campus, this was a big week for us. We had picnic with the president, both in Brownsville, Edinburgh. You mentioned Stomp. Our students are excited. They're excited to be part of something pretty special, to do this together for the first time. Our student tickets claimed out really, really fast on Monday morning, and so that's just another good indicator that it was certainly time for college football in the Valley.
Chase, I would like to talk about the recruiting because based on how the results have been going, it's very positive, 2-0 start. Just shout out to the coaches and being able to do and actually do the search well in order to make sure that you guys got the quality players that you guys needed.
Yeah, and Coach Bush and the men that he was able to hire over the past 2 years, they very methodical. I had breakfast with Coach Bush this morning, and we were just talking and reflecting on the journey, and you see that first recruiting class, that second recruiting class, taking advantage of the portal, getting good quality student athletes to transfer into UTRGV to get us a little bit older. All of those things just a tribute to what Travis has done, and certainly some talent out there and a great group of young men.
Chase, before the season started, did you expect this team to start 2-0?
Yeah, of course, right? Of course. It's when you look at our schedule, right? We're going to play a full Division I Southland Conference schedule. We have 12 games this year, 9 are Division I opponents. When you look at programs across the country that have started college football, we have the toughest schedule of any of those programs when you look back in history. And so to be able to play so many at home was very important, and then to be able to go on the road and get tested really early in week 2. But expected, absolutely. But I will tell you this: the competition is going to continue to get tougher and tougher. Southland Conference football is very, very good, and so we want to really utilize these next 2 weeks, get better, be at home, have fun with our fans, and get ready for our conference opener on the road later this month.
Absolutely.
Well, we're very excited. I'm sure after last week's game, specifically against Prairie View A&M, a lot of people excited, feeling like you guys have what it takes to compete in the Southland Conference. So it should be exciting once we do get to conference play.
Yeah, no, it will be, and we'll start on the road and then come back home with our first Southland opponent with Houston Christian. But excited about it, but really excited about today, and look forward to celebrating with everybody in the Valley at Vaqueros Stadium.
So Chase, thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you all for being here.
Tonight, when we come back, we'll have more from Vaqueros Game Day live out here in Edinburgh.
Hey Valley, happy Saturday, or should I say happy game day. So if you are planning on heading out to the tailgate or to the game later on today, this is what you can expect. So conditions are going to be a little warm, a little muggy, and we have rain chances in store once again. But they're a little bit on the lower end, about a 20 to a 30% coverage. So you could expect just hit or miss showers or storms. So most of us will remain dry, but I still recommend packing the rain gear, maybe just an umbrella just in case. But remember, we have a lot of humidity in place across the region, so conditions are going to feel a little hotter than the actual temperatures. But then as we head toward kickoff, you can expect conditions to be a little better. So we just have a 10% chance of rain, so maybe a stray shower, maybe a stray storm, but mostly dry, and the temperature is going to be 87 degrees. And by the time the game is over, you can expect those temperatures to be in the low 80s. So a pretty great Saturday overall. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
Vaqueros Game Day is powered by Bert Ogden Auto Group.
That's the way we're going to run it.
Excuse me, Coach. Think I can help you with that.
Who is this, Coach? This is Leah Wise, the crash gal. She's a personal injury attorney and a proven winner.
And the stats to back it up. I've won millions of dollars for injured clients all over Texas.
We're lucky to have her on our team, and you would be wise to listen to her. Huh?
All right, let's get down to business. Who's ready to win?
Injured in an accident? Call Crash Gal today.
What's in a name? When that name is South Texas Health System, it stands for the largest network of healthcare in the Rio Grande Valley. And while our family of names has changed, one thing that never will is our commitment to quality, compassionate care. At South Texas Health System, your health is our purpose. It drives everything we do and inspires us to be among the nation's leaders in healthcare. South Texas Health System, an integrated network of care you can trust.
Discover Felice, a hidden gem where every bite is made with love. Indulge in our handmade pizza, pasta, and desserts, all crafted from scratch. Join us for great food and a welcoming atmosphere. Felice, where flavors come alive.
Amor, I need you to call Ezequiel Reina. Call Reina.
You focus on your husband. I'll manage the law, take care of him and your family.
Mr. Reyna said he's going to take care of everything. You're going to be okay.
We are back live here in Edinburgh on Vaqueros Game Day, the second edition of Vaqueros Game Day, ahead of the second home game for the UTRGV Vaqueros against the Langston Lions. And we're getting ready to play a game of our own. It's time for Vaqueros football toss. We got two UTRGV students here to compete against one another. Tell me, what's your name?
My name is Adriano Gonzalez.
Adriano Gonzalez. Okay, talk to me about what's your experience playing quarterback. Do you have much throwing experience?
I got no experience at all. I'm a runner. I do cross country and track and field at the university.
Okay, so what's your strategy going into this?
Just toss the ball as fast as I can, and hopefully I can get lucky.
Okay, sounds like a good strategy to me. And Javier, why don't you talk to our other contestant?
Yeah, we have got Roel here. Roel, tell me where you're from.
McAllen, Texas.
And tell me, you're a student athlete, right? What do you do?
Cross country and track.
So have you ever done a football, quarterback, anything like that?
I mean, flag football middle school, but that's about it.
Hey, that's enough practice, right?
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah, so are y'all ready? Is everybody ready for the game?
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Remember, they've got 15 seconds to do this. The one who gets the most in there does win. We've got our sponsor here, Leo Wisely. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Who's going to win today, Vaqueros?
Vaqueros, 100%.
3-0 today?
3-0. Let's do it.
Bees up. All right, we are ready. We're going to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blow the whistle.
10 seconds.
We've got 10 seconds, guys.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it seems like we got a tie right now.
We had a couple cross-country runners. You guys did your best.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. Leo, thank you so much. Yeah, so Leo, what is the prize?
The prize is $150. Thank you guys for participating.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to hand it on over to KJ.
All right, well, we're going to send it back over to the desk for more from Daniela and Gloria about a couple of UTRGV players. So, Gloria, Daniela?
Hey, Daniela. Well, one of my favorite things about all of this is the Made in the 956 edition, a girl who's not from here. I love hearing about all these great, amazing stories, especially the players on the team.
That's right, Gloria. And I was actually able to catch up with a couple of San Benito players who played together at San Benito, and now they're making history together here at UTRGV. Here's this week's Made in the 956 Vaqueros edition. They started football at different ages, but ended up on the same team at San Benito. And now, Fabian Garcia and Frank Medina are back on the same offense in college, representing the Valley.
It was great. It feels better than just coming back to your old roots, knowing this is where you started.
Medina served as captain his senior year at San Benito. He earned co-offensive lineman of the year honors for his stellar play.
And my senior year with a bang. And the coaches, they just kept pushing me, kept supporting me. I'm really proud of my senior year.
Medina's senior year was Fabian Garcia's junior year. Garcia rushed for over 2,000 yards and scored 30 total touchdowns running behind Medina. Now, they're back together, ready for more success. For Garcia, there's one reason above all others why the Vaqueros were the team for him.
Home. I had to be here. I just had to wait for the opportunity for the coach to reach out. I was like, I'm in.
Prior to UTRGV, Medina spent 1 year playing college football for Texas A&M Kingsville. After not receiving much opportunity with the Javelinas, Medina made the decision to attend an open tryout for UTRGV football, having to earn his spot on the UTRGV football team as a walk-on.
Coach Gomez actually persuaded me to try out. I didn't really think football was in the line for me anymore. He told me like every day basically, you make it, you make it, you don't make it, you don't make it. No loss there.
You know, you want to make sure that at the end of it all, you have no regrets, and I didn't want Frank to have regrets of not being able to have an experience playing college football, knowing that he could play it.
The former Greyhound has more than earned his place. Medina has been a starter on the offensive line for the past 2 games, and Fabian Garcia rushed for a touchdown in the first game, both showing well in front of the RGV fans.
You know, I wasn't surprised, and when both Fabian and him have the opportunity to do so, it was, you know, get to work. There's still more to prove to who you are as a person and a player. It's not just making the team, it's being impactful and being essential to the team.
I have a lot of people that didn't believe in me just because I was undersized. And I just say, don't give up and use that as motivation just to keep going. I was proud of Frank because for him, he always doubts himself. And I feel like when you keep pushing him, he always overcomes it.
I know we both are hard workers. I know if I'm working, he's going to be working behind me. And if I make a block, I know he's going to find a way around that block to keep running.
Fabian Garcia and Frank Medina are this week's Made in the 956 Vaqueros edition.
Daniela, I just got chills from hearing that story. I love the story. I was here to watch Fabian Garcia in his last year at San Benito. What a great running back. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see Frank Medina, but now I see him with the Vaqueros. What can you tell me about him?
He's doing absolutely amazing. And Gloria, earlier at practice, starting quarterback Adelie Marburger told the media that Frank Medina was awarded scholarship. How amazing, from a walk-on to being awarded a scholarship. Congratulations to Medina once again. We're so excited to see how he continues the rest of the season. We're tossing it back now to KJ and Alfredo.
Thank you, Gloria and Daniela. We appreciate it. Great stories there. Frank Medina and Fabian Garcia, 2 great examples of Valley players fighting hard and getting their chance to play Division I football.
Exactly. It's giving every Valley player some hope that, hey, man, I could also make it to the D1 level and play Division I football. Also here in the Valley, too. You never know.
A couple of talented players and some nice words, too. I know for the San Benito alums, still, or the San Benito students still competing now and trying to pass along their knowledge and pass along, hopefully, their skill, too, to get those players to win some football games here coming up. When we come back, we're going to look at some gridiron heroes. Our Carlos Cortez is live at Robert and Janet Vacker Stadium, and we're also going to check out our 5th quarter recap. That's all on the way here on Vaqueros Game Day.
Teddy's Barbecue, brisket, pork ribs, beef ribs, turkey, and house-made sausages served Thursday through Sunday. Join us for breakfast on the weekends. Teddy's Barbecue, Texas-inspired, RGV made.
This is good? Huh? My name is Omar Ochoa from the Omar Ochoa Law Firm, and today we're answering questions from real clients and real people with real insurance problems. Will the insurance company drop me from my policy if I hire a lawyer to sue them? It would be illegal for your insurance company to drop you just because you sue them. It would also be illegal for your insurance company to raise your policy rates. Call the Omar Ochoa Law Firm so that we can help you get the money you need for repairs.
Cornerstone Regional Hospital, we're redefining recovery. With our musculoskeletal center of excellence, you'll receive top-notch care from our dedicated department of orthopedic physicians. Thanks to cutting-edge technology and innovative treatment options, we're here to help get you back to doing what you love, pain-free and stronger than ever. Choose Cornerstone Regional Hospital, where patients come first.
Discover Felice, a hidden gem where every bite is made with love. Indulge in our handmade pizza, pasta, and desserts, all crafted from scratch. Join us for great food and a welcoming atmosphere. Felice, where flavors come alive.
Welcome back into Vaqueros game day. We're looking ahead to UTRGV's second home game against the Langston Lions and NAIA school next 2 weeks against Langston and Texas Wesleyan. These are two teams from the same conference in NAIA, and Langston has gotten up to a little bit of a slow start.
Of course, and the UTRGV Vaqueros starting off 2-0, Langston 0-2. I mean, we can kind of guess who's going to come out with the win today.
Well, we'll look ahead to some stat predictions and everything like that coming up a little bit later. All that is still on the way. But for now, let's check out our fifth quarter package. A lot of fun high school games from last night. Some exciting ones that came down to the wire. And we had some important district games as well, some district openers finally in week 3. So a lot going on. But this one features not only a big shootout between Raymondville and La Feria, but also a guest coming up, our Port Isabel guest, Tony Villarreal. He picked up his first win, so we're going to talk to him in a little bit, but let's see how his game went last night as part of this fifth quarter recap. Shootout in Raymondville between the Lions and the Bearcats. Jeffrey Lefevre gets things started. He finds Justin Rodriguez behind the defense for the Bearcats touchdown. 64 yards to the house. Leferia's turn to answer. Jaden Martinez on the screen pass. Jose Garza breaks free, and he is down the sideline, and no one will catch him. Touchdown, Lions. And then La Feria on the kick return. It's Antonio Benjamin splitting through the hole, and he is gone all the way to the house. Lions making some noise, but the Bearcats would have an answer, and it's Jeffrey Lefevre looking deep again, and he finds Trayshawn Washington all the way in, 60 yards. Big plays from both teams. It's Raymondville taking the victory 51-42. Edinburgh North going up against the Pioneer Diamondbacks. Pioneers' Malachi Galindo looking deep, but it's picked off by Ethan Nino. He returns it. Edinburgh North ends up taking over, but the Diamondbacks offense gets the ball back, and they do get back in a rhythm as it's William Goodlow taking off and taking it in for 6. Pioneer takes the victory 21-12. Economides and Juarez Lincoln going at it. And this Economides ground game has looked stellar to start the year. It's Johan Nunez throwing out stiff arms, shaking off potential tacklers, and in for the touchdown. And then it's Diego Urias' turn. And look at this stiff arm he throws out. Absolutely brutal. Puts a man on the ground, goes down the sideline, slips out of another tackle, and stays in bounds for the touchdown. What a run. And then it's Nunez, his turn again, to make people miss, to make defenders stumble and get in for the score. Economides, another big win, 41-0 for the Jaguars. Port Isabel, they need a win. They have struggled in the early going, 0-2 to start the year, but they give the ball here to Angel Dominguez, and he breaks loose. This Tarpons offense seeing green grass in front of him, and that's exactly what they've wanted to see for 3 straight weeks. He gets into the end zone for the score. And then it's Elijah Alvarez's turn. He takes the carry, and look at him take off through the hole and get in for another Tarpons touchdown. This time, it's Jesus Ramos's turn. He gets the carry, and he turns on the Jets. No one will catch him. Another long touchdown for this Tarpons offense. And then it's Luis Ramos's turn finally to get a carry for the Tarpons. He was so good last season, and this time he makes it happen. And the last 2 defenders aren't going to catch him. Another Tarpons touchdown. The Tarpons get their first win of the season, and that is your fifth quarter update. Impressive high-scoring games across the valley for our high school teams, and the UTRGV Vaqueros will hope that they can do the same. This offense has been high-powered all season long. Not only, obviously, the 66-0 win against Sul Ross State, but last week their offense looked impressive as well.
Hey, the Vaqueros did the same thing the Tarpons did last night, more than 60 points. So let's see if the Vaqueros can do that tonight as well. Of course, we know what their offense does with Eddie Lee Marburger just rolling on defense. He does have his wide receivers, Xavier Nolan and Tony Diaz. We expect to see them go off tonight.
Yeah, we cannot forget about the defense as well, because Nathan Huerta, Marcus Hurd Jr., they had a pretty good game against Prairie View. Also, Elijah Prosser with the forced fumble again. So it's going to be right now on the defensive aspect that, they're just allowing 178 yards, also rushing yards as well. So right now, so far so good, but I'm expecting a lot more from Ian Box. Obviously, he had a quiet night against Prairie View, but then I feel like he's going to show out today.
I'm excited too. Jaden leads the Vaqueros with 17 total tackles, 5 of them for a loss. So I'm excited to see what he's going to expect for tonight as well. Pretty strong defense for tonight for the Vaqueros.
Absolutely. And one thing we saw on those stats, third down conversion rate, UTRGV converting about almost 50% of their third downs. Their opponents about 22%. So very impressive there. And that is a key stat when it comes to what coaches are looking for. Third down conversion rate, and UTRGV's defense doing the job getting teams off the field and getting their offense the ball back. So impressive stuff from UTRGV. When we return here on Vaqueros Game Day, we're going to hear from one of the high school coaches in the Valley. Coach Tony Villarreal from Port Isabel joins us fresh off of his first win of the season. That's coming up here on Vaqueros Game Day.
Let's start a conversation. Plains Capital Bank and you. Tell us what we can do to help. Tell us where you want to go. We want to be a partner you trust, a face and a name that you know. Let's talk banking solutions. Let's talk bankers who care. Plains Capital Bank is strong and stable, so whatever you need, we'll be there. Plains Capital Bank. Call us up. Come on by. Let's start a conversation.
Mrs. Lopez, thank you for your trust and patience in this most trying of times. While we have triumphed in your case, we cannot right all past wrongs. Our hope is that this resolution and compensation can begin to heal and strengthen your family. We are here for you, always. God bless, Ezequiel Reina.
Teddy's Barbecue, brisket, pork ribs, beef ribs, turkey, and house-made sausages served Thursday through Sunday. Join us for breakfast on the weekends. Teddy's Barbecue, Texas-inspired, RGV made.
What's in a name? When that name is South Texas Health System, it stands for the largest network of healthcare in the Rio Grande Valley. And while our family of names has changed, one thing that never will is our commitment to quality, compassionate care. At South Texas Health System, your health is our purpose. It drives everything we do and inspires us to be among the nation's leaders in healthcare. South Texas Health System, an integrated network of care you can trust.
That's the way we're going to run it.
Excuse me, Coach. Think I can help you with that.
Who is this, Coach? This is Leah Wise, the crash gal. She's a personal injury attorney and a proven winner.
And the stats to back it up. I've won millions of dollars for injured clients all over Texas.
We're lucky to have her on our team. And you would be wise to listen to her. Huh?
All right, let's get down to business. Who's ready to win?
Injured in an accident? Call Crash Gal today.
We're back live for Vaqueros Game Day. Just about 8 hours and 21 minutes away from kickoff at Robert and Janet Vacker Stadium. An exciting time for Vaqueros fans as they're getting the chance once again to head out and see UTRGV play at home, just the second time this season. There'll be a total of 7 home games this season, so still 5 more after this one, 6 if you count the game tonight. An exciting time for UTRGV as they're going up against the Langston Lions today, an NAIA school. Next 2 weeks will both be NAIA schools for UTRGV. Langston and Texas Wesleyan both from the same conference. So it should be a fun game for Vaqueros fans. We're expecting a lot of points on the UTR TV side of this one. One guy that put up a lot of points on the scoreboard was this guy right here, Coach Tony Villarreal, joining us now. And Coach, I'm going to ask our cameraman Carlos to zoom in on this hand right here. This Coach brought it his ring. He asked us not to show it off, and we're going to do it anyway. But can we get a close-up shot of his ring?
God.
This was the, you said this was the Texas
yeah,
coach
it was
of
our
the state, right?
coach of the year. Yeah, back in '94, we had a real good team, and we're fortunate to go to the semis. And I don't know if you all know Craig Way from the Texas Network. He used to have like a show, was high school sports throughout the whole deal, and so he would honor the top 5 coaches of each classification. So I was fortunate enough to get the 3A head coach of the year that year in '94.
Coach is mad at me now because he's mad that I showed up. He asked us not to. But
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
It must feel good to get the first win last night.
Yeah, I think we finally put a full game together, offense, defense, and kicking game, 3 phases. But I think a lot of times in our people or our fans, they look at the last game. Last year we were 9-2, and well, that's 18 weeks of work. You see the 9-2 team and then an area championship. Well, that took 18 weeks. We were just into this deal, so 2 or 3, and so I always tell people it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So, you can kind of judge us at the end of the year, see where we're at then,
This plays when it matters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And our kids are really coming on. We had a few injuries early and some other issues, but we took care of it, yeah. So we finally put it together, yes.
Awesome. Coach, well, we're here at UTR TV today, ready for a Vaqueros.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited too.
Coach.
Can I get on the sideline?
Ooh, let's see if we can get you.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was trying. I'll try.
I'll try. Tonight, maybe.
Okay, I'll change my shirt. I'll get on the sideline. I promise you.
Hey, Coach, well, you actually coached with Coach Bruce Bush. How was that experience like?
So, Coach Bush, well, it's really, he's my mentor. I mean, I learned everything from Coach Bruce Bush, in '83, we learned the slot T, misdirection offense, and to this day, we're still running the same little offense, it's a little junior high offense, and it's, people don't like it because they can't stop it, so, I mean, that's just what it is, but Coach Bush he's the best, to me, I learned that back in '83, and I haven't changed not one thing, and so we're still doing what Coach Bush taught us.
Coach Tony Villarreal,
yes, sir.
I'm wondering about what your guys are saying in the locker room about having D1 football here in the Valley. What has that been, that chatter about, and about the excitement about, having that possibility of maybe one day playing D1 football here in the Valley?
Sure. What's your name?
Alfredo.
Alfredo. Thank you, Alfredo, for that question. It's very interesting because there's a lot of dynamics in that. I've been in the business for a long time, and I'm going to be real honest, I think that college coaches for many years wouldn't come to the Valley to recruit our kids. And the knock on the Valley athlete was they would get homesick and they would come back home. Well, they can't say that anymore. Yes. Yeah, they're home. So you can go find those gems. Like I got one that's 6'3", 235 pounds, Edward Garza. I mean, that guy can play anywhere, but he'd be probably one of those guys who would get homesick and come home, but he's a great football player, and he asks me about UTRGV all the time. So, Edward, here's a shout out. Come get ready and come to play for the Vaqueros.
Now, Coach, tell me, you coached with Bruce Bush. Tell me about Travis and what kind of a job you think he's been doing with UTRGV.
Well, so 2 questions here. So first of all, I think he's doing an amazing job, but, the inside behind it, because I didn't come from a coach's family like he did, right? But he was really, instrumental. I think Coach Bruce Bush was instrumental because he was always around, right? And so you never stop. You never stop coaching. When you're the head football coach, you're working 14 hours a day. You take it home and you're working video and you're working game plans. And as a little boy, he's probably watching all that, And so they're absorbing it. And if Coach Bush talked about a defense, a 2-2 stack, or whatever, those coaches' sons, they take it to a whole different level. I mean, we're as coaches, we're looking at the 2-2 stack, but he's looking at different aspects or checks and stuff. So, yes, Coach Travis Bush is doing an amazing job. And to answer your question, I got to meet Travis when he was about 11 or 12. Highly competitive. He'd beat you at marbles. He'd beat you at checkers. And he would stay on it. We started a flag football program in Alice. Coach Bruce Bush started that, and he was one of the quarterbacks. And then he moved on, and I think they moved to Gregory Pearl. And I was already back in the Valley, and I was already coaching in Port Isabel, my first stint. So yeah, he's doing an amazing job, and he's the same DNA, you know, track guy, quarterback at GP. He just he brings a lot of leadership, and you know, you got to give credit to Coach Bush. You know, Coach Bush got 270 wins. You know, so you have to that kind of stuff is you have to honor that experience, and so someone's learning that, and obviously it was Travis.
Coach
Yeah.
Villarreal, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, Coach. When we come back, our Carlos Cortez is live at Robert and Janet Vaqueros Stadium to tell us about one of the key members of UTRGV's staff when we return.
At Cornerstone Regional Hospital, we're redefining recovery. With our musculoskeletal center of excellence, you'll receive top-notch care from our dedicated department of orthopedic physicians. Thanks to cutting-edge technology and innovative treatment options, we're here to help get you back to doing what you love, pain-free and stronger than ever. Choose Cornerstone Regional Hospital, where patients come first.
Discover Felice, a hidden gem where every bite is made with love. Indulge in our handmade pizza, pasta, and desserts, all crafted from scratch. Join us for great food and a welcoming atmosphere. Felice, where flavors come alive.
This is good? Huh? My name is Omar Ochoa from the Omar Ochoa Law Firm, and today we're answering questions from real clients and real people with real insurance problems. What's an example of a case that you're proud of? Recently, we had a family of 4 that suffered a fire in their home. The house was in such bad shape they couldn't even live there anymore. We worked with the insurance company to get the claim covered. Call the Omar Ochoa Law Firm so that we can help you get the money you need for repairs.
What's in a name? When that name is South Texas Health System, it stands for the largest network of healthcare in the Rio Grande Valley. And while our family of names has changed, one thing that never will is our commitment to quality, compassionate care. At South Texas Health System, your health is our purpose. It drives everything we do and inspires us to be among the nation's leaders in healthcare. South Texas Health System, an integrated network of care you can trust.
Teddy's Barbecue, brisket, pork ribs, beef ribs, turkey, and house-made sausages served Thursday through Sunday. Join us for breakfast on the weekends. Teddy's Barbecue, Texas-inspired, RGV made.
Welcome back into Vaqueros Game Day. UTRGV gearing up for their second home game, third game of the season, 2-0, looking to make it 3-0. But a lot has to happen behind the scenes to make these victories possible. Our Carlos Cortez is live at Robert and Janet Vaqueros Stadium to tell us about one of the members of the UTRGV staff that makes it all happen.
Thanks, KJ. As you know, as they say, if you look good, you feel good, and if you feel good, you play good. This week on Gridiron Heroes, we talked to none other than Luis Mendoza, the equipment manager, who makes the Vaqueros look amazing on that bright orange and white pants on those uniforms on game day. Luis Mendoza makes sure the UTRGV football team is well equipped and ready to go. Not just on game day, but every day at practice.
Being an equipment manager, it's making sure that you check all your bases and making sure that, one, we have our standard equipment to operate for what we need, but also having extra stuff just in case anything were to happen. One of the things a lot of people don't consider is usually the weather. Being down here, weather's erratic, so there'll be days where it's sunny and then all of a sudden it starts raining.
UTRGV starting their football program from scratch meant roughly 100 players
plus staff all needing brand new equipment.
Footballs that we'll use for games, footballs that we use for practice, helmets, shoulder pads, knee pads, thigh pads, cleats, socks, underwear, you name it. I have my hand in it, and just making sure that the guys need what they have to be successful here.
Getting ready for home games is hard, but Mendoza says the road trips are the biggest challenge.
It's very stressful, and that's just mainly because there are 1,000 things that you don't think about when you're traveling for an away game.
Mendoza started his career in 2017 at Texas State as a student manager, eventually working his way up to assistant equipment manager in 2020.
It was more under my second boss, Andrew Johnson. He kind of showed me a little bit more to what it is to be an equipment manager, and really taking it to heart and understanding that there is more to football than just coaching.
For Mendoza, this is more than a college football team. He was born and raised in Mission, where he played football at Mission Veterans. He's proud to be doing his part to make Division I football in the 956 possible.
To be a part of this is something that is truly special. And to be able to share that experience, I think that's something that's more eye-opening. My dad was one of the biggest things in my life. It's always been the biggest aspect of my life. And when I told him that I did take the job, he was like, all right, well, now it's time to get to work.
Of course, don't miss out tonight's game against Laston, as the Vaqueros are going to be wearing the orange helmet, orange jersey, and white pants. Live from Backer Stadium, Carlos Cortez, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks so much, Carlos. When we return, we're going to pick some of the games coming up here on ABC after Vaqueros game day wraps up, and also make some predictions for UTRGV's matchup tonight. That's all when we return to wrap up Vaqueros game day here in Edinburgh.
Vaqueros game day is powered by Bert Ogden Auto Group.
That's the way we're going to run it.
Excuse me, Coach. Think I can help you with that.
Who's this, Coach? This is Leah Wise, the Crash Gal. She's a personal injury attorney and a proven winner.
And the stats to back it up. I've won millions of dollars for injured clients all over Texas.
We're lucky to have her on our team, and you would be wise to listen to her. Huh?
All right, let's get down to business. Who's ready to win?
Injured in an accident? Call Crash Gal today.
This is good? Huh? My name is Omar Ochoa from the Omar Ochoa Law Firm, and today we're answering questions from real clients and real people with real insurance problems. My insurance company already paid me some money for my claim. Can you still help me? We may still be able to help you get more money from your insurance company. Just because you get paid doesn't mean you get everything you need for repairs. Call the Omar Ochoa Law Firm so that we can help you get the money you need for repairs.
Let's start a conversation. Plains Capital Bank and you. Tell us what we can do to help. Tell us where you want to go. We want to be a partner you trust, a face and a name that you know. Let's talk banking solutions. Let's talk bankers who care. Plains Capital Bank is strong and stable, so whatever you need, we'll be there. Plains Capital Bank. Call us up. Come on by. Let's start a conversation.
We're back to wrap things up on Vaqueros game day ahead of the second home game for UTRGV. Kickoff about 8 hours away now from Robert and Janet Backer Stadium against the Langston Lions. We're expecting a big game, but before we get to UTRGV game predictions, let's take a look at our ABC slate of games one more time. Alabama hosting Wisconsin, Tennessee and Georgia, and Florida versus LSU. Let's start to pick these games. We'll start with Alfredo and go down the line. Alfredo, Alabama versus Wisconsin.
Well, I just heard that running back Jam Miller as well as defensive lineman Tim Keenan III will be out for Alabama, so I'm going with Wisconsin tonight.
Okay, I'm also going to go with Wisconsin to pull off the upset. The Badgers have started the season 2-0. Alabama, they had a big win last week against an opponent that not really up to Alabama standards after their loss in week 1, a disappointing upset loss. So I think Alabama, a little bit rocky start to the season. I think 2-0 Wisconsin takes them down.
Are we all going for the upset then?
Yeah.
I'm going for the upset. What Alfredo just mentioned, and of course, upset Wisconsin. 2-0. I think they'll go 3-0 tonight.
I'm going to go with Wisconsin, too. Alabama, I think, they've been doing all right, but Wisconsin, I think they can pull it together.
Well, everybody picking Wisconsin makes me want to pick Alabama, but we won't go to that. Let's go to the next game that we're picking today here on ABC. Tennessee versus Georgia.
I'm going with Georgia. Obviously, they've been consistent. They always like the running game. They always be a physical team, so I'm going to go with Georgia today.
I'll also take the Bulldogs in this one.
I'm taking Tennessee today.
Oh, interesting.
I'm taking them. Aguilar, their quarterback. I really like him. He's a Puerto Rican Mexican, so we have to root for him.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Bulldogs. I think that Georgia can take it this one.
All right, quickly on the last game that we have here on ABC, LSU taking on Florida.
Yeah, Florida lost last week against USF, so I'm going directly with LSU.
Yeah, I think this is an easy one, LSU.
Easy one, LSU.
Yeah. LSU, all the way.
Let's get to our Vaqueros game picks. Now, we saw them score 66 points in the opener. I'm wondering if they can top that, but just to be a little bit tame for this one, we're going to set the over-under at 55.5 points for UTRGV today. Alfredo, what do you got?
It's going to be under.
Under 55.5. I'm going to take the over.
I think I'm taking the over as well.
I think I'm going to take the over, too. If there's anything we learned from the Vaqueros, they can score big.
They can.
Okay, I think we're going to expect a lot of points, but who knows when the backups come in the second half. We'll have to see if they live up to that. All right, next up, Eddie Lee Marburger, over-under 4.5 touchdowns.
Ooh, I think he's going to have over 4 touchdowns today, so he's going to sling it. Also, shout out to Savion Nolan. He's going to catch a couple of those.
Okay, I'm going to say under. I'm going to say Eddie Lee. That maybe they keep it on the ground a little bit more. I think they're going to want to save Eddie Lee for the conference games.
You know what? That's exactly what I'm going for. He's going under. Let's hope he'll be sitting down by halftime because they're up by 60.
That's true. I agree. Under, too. I think he's going to be under.
All right, and last one for us, the receivers. We've talked a lot about them. Tony Diaz, Xavier Nolan. Xavier Nolan had the big first game. Tony Diaz had the big second game. Who's going to lead the team in receiving yards?
Today?
Of those two.
Savion Nolan, he needs a big game today. I have a feeling that he's going to go off today. So, Savion Nolan, he's going to have a great game 45. Today.
I'm also going to say Nolan.
I'm going to say the Boogeyman.
I'm going to go with the Boogeyman as
All
well.
Right, Tony Diaz picks over there. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Vaqueros Game Day. But be sure to tune in tonight at 10. Gloria Morelia and myself will be live with you covering the game. Post-game coverage is coming your way right after the end of those college football games. Thank you to our entire Channel 5 sports team and Channel 5 news team that joined us here today for Vaqueros Game Day. And thank you out there for joining us for this episode of Vaqueros Game Day. Remember, another home game next week. We'll be back then. For myself, KJ Doyle, Gloria Morelia, Daniela Hernandez, and Alfredo Sanchez, we'll see you next time.
Enroll now at Horizon Montessori Public Schools STEM Academy. Our public schools are located in McAllen, Weslaco, and Harlingen. They are tuition-free for students from pre-K 3 to 8th grade, and we offer a supportive and friendly environment where students can learn at their own pace. Enrolling your children is easy. Go to our website at www.hmps.net or